The Wave. 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The hits.
And since we've been talking, gotta find a way to let you know you got me in a frenzy. For frenzy. I'm afraid to let it show. You got me in a frenzy. For frenzy. And I don't wanna let you go. You got me in a frenzy. Oh, what a day. Yeah. Oh, and murder for the ladies. Yeah.
94.5 and 93.7 FM.
I wanna be next to you. Oh, baby, yeah. Hold me close, don't let me go. Keep moving nice and slow. This is perfection under the moonlight. Oh, baby, can't you see? Without you, it's hard to breathe. I'm so lost when you're not next to me. I'm gonna make you touch that moonlight. We gon' set the mood just right. We gon' party like it's your birthday. Everything we do is your way. It's you and me, you and I can see true definition of a real man.
You're riding the wave.
On my shoulder, let me tell you what I'm thinking. No lie.
Right, you got heavyweights in the building. Good morning. It's 9:23. That's our time. Good morning.
That's a throwback.
Huh?
You can see a girl there. See the girls. Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Welcome. So we have Nathan Infinite de Tourville, the boss in the building. We have Emma for the ladies, something like that. Michael Robinson and Sony in the building.
Hey, we in the place.
You know, Sony, thanks for joining us, guys. How you doing?
Good, very good.
Y'all keeping up?
Yeah, you know what?
We try.
Yeah. COVID have you on one foot. On that side.
One, two.
So what's going on with you music-wise? Well, Nate, we'll start off with you.
He spoke about COVID. It's interesting that he actually started with that. I think a lot of us were big up to the people who were actually able to use those times and you know, put in work and stuff. It was a hard time for a lot of creatives. I think the uncertainty and everything around it, and especially the whole change in paradigms when it comes to performances and everything, having to find new ways to, you know, basically monetize your art and this kind of thing. It you know, there was a lack of inspiration at that period of time, and big up to everybody who came out of it and just shows the strength and resilience of art, you know. So I personally, in those times when I could have, I used that time to, you know, work on certain tunes, work on certain demos, just so I didn't become rusty, basically.
Right,
you know,
right.
and I think a lot of us were actually doing that, you know, and looking forward to the, like they say, the silver lining, you know, that kind of thing. So the one was actually one of those tracks that budded out of that, but guess we'll
So
discuss
how were
that
you
some
able
more.
to stay in because yes, a lot of people say that quarantine phase that we had was a perfect time to work on things that we keep saying we want to do, because you're home, you have nothing else to do. But then for writing, to me, and being an artist, you have to be in a positive, well, not necessarily positive, because you could write about hard times, but you have to be in a space where you feel for the craft. How were you able to stay positive and to actually write music?
I think it's, I always, you see those dark times, I always see sort of like battling demons, and there's certain times you might be in that lull for a few days, but there's certain times you just have to get up and, you know, throw a punch or try something. And you know, at least even if it's the throw punch pun, I didn't even intend on that, but even if it's going in the studio and put down 2 punchlines, you know, just vibes on a beat and just get into the music. Sometimes you have to do things to sort of put you in the mood. I used to go into the studio and run some beats from Yogi or from Ransom or even online on YouTube, just to put myself in a space, you know, in a more restorative sort of space, you know. Yeah, man. And that was how I was able to sort of come out of that, like, you know, that love, basically.
Okay. So you came out with the one.
All right.
That's what we're gonna listen to. I mean, we've been running it, but the official introduction for the song. So tell me, how did you decide to team up with Michael on this song?
Well, like I said, vibes in the studio on the beats and so on, and There was a morning it was actually one of those real down mornings, man. And I was actually questioning whether I should continue doing this music thing. And even with the COVID, thing, it was like, yo, what's, you like I said, the uncertainty about the future and so on, like the forums for musicians and artists to, it was, and I was like, what, I guess every generation and every decade, even, a few decades has been changed, and society has had to adjust. And that was sort of like I said, I went into, that brought me into the studio. We started vibing and so on, and I was like, you know what? Let me reach out to the perfect voice that I heard when I was actually writing the track and so on. And I held up Mike and I was like, you know what? I just did a demo, bro. I sent it to Yogi so Yogi could organize mixing, start the mixing and mastering process. We think it would be perfect on that. I spoke to Yogi. Yogi was like, yo, Mikey's a master, yo. Send the demo to Mikey. He wasn't even like, it didn't even feel like an hour, bro.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't even feel like an hour. I was mad tempted to be like, Mikey, you had that sitting down already, but it was just so perfect. And so, it was original. It was clearly, pasted for the track and so on. So I was like, what, Mikey, was up? And he expressed to me was his excitement about the track, and that was even more motivation and so on. And took it from there, and boom, bang, we here
so
today.
Michael, how were you able to put down your piece for this song?
Well, I too have been battling with a very tough time in terms of getting inspiration, especially when you're home. There's so many distractions like Netflix and movies and
the food in the fridge.
Let me
the
tell
struggle
you,
is real, boy.
Yeah, the fridge is far. It's upstairs from me. So
Okay.
But when Nate told me about it, like instantly I got excited because of his energy. Like he came to me and said, Mike, I really want this thing. And then like he said, I listened to the song, the instrumental, and I was just kind of sold like one time. I probably wrote the verse like in the same couple hours and sent him a demo. This is actually the fastest I've ever written any verse in my entire life.
Wow.
And that's when I knew, I really got the mojo back. I got the inspiration back, and they did that for me. Yeah.
Nice. How was Yogi, by the way? Because you see him making big moves. For all those who don't know, that's family. That's family. So
Yogi's perfect, yo. Like, he as well was going through some real down times and what have you, and it was like, I think, like I say, a lot of creative experience that, but it was good. The whole Kilani shout out. I don't know if people, who've been in tune with the two productions on the Kilani album, especially even the Jesse Ray's before that. It was a nice placement for him, and that sort of, like I said, that sort of started giving him a little more, a little more energy and so on. And the Kilani thing sort of was the icing on the cake.
Because he did an interview with Mike when I was gone, right, Mike?
We're gonna chat for
right. Yeah, man. So, and he's been, and the thing about it is he loves St. Lucia, and one of the things that inspires him even being up there, because he hasn't been home for a while since I think Kay and I did Baccarat, like 2015. Everything. There's a lot of different personal issues and actually like paperwork and all these kind of things, but it's finally settled. And then COVID came into the picture. Because one of the things we want to do is actually, I want him to produce my EP. We actually want him to be down here so we can put some stuff together and so on. So, he's looking forward to coming home. He's excited, and there's definitely a lot going on for him. He has some other big projects coming up as well that, of course, I can't mention. Hopefully he'll be here to speak about them in person soon. So, things are going good for the family all around, Right. Yeah, man. Yeah,
now,
man.
you mentioned an EP. Tell us a little something about it, if you can.
Well, it's... For the past few years, really, like I've just been working. I have a lot of demos that we've been putting together and so on. Different collab stuff in the vault, like you'd say. Hopefully some more of Mikey and get man like Kiedel and a lot of our creative. I like our Lucian talent and that. This is really like my musical family. This is my brothers and family beyond music too as well. So it's a collection of work that I've not actually identified. What exactly is going to be on there, but it's a project that I want us to sit, like, especially when Yogi is down here, so we can put together. But a lot of material is already on there for it.
Are you one of those artists who keep picking at a song like it's never perfect? You always want to change this, change that. It's a process.
I'll tell you something. There are a lot of songs when I first record it, I don't really like this. I'm not really a big fan of the song, just because, I have to listen to it for a while, or somebody else has come through and we speak about it critically, another musician and so on, and then I'll be like, yeah, that's nice, but I have to tighten it up and what have you. So I mean, if as a creative, you don't constantly like, there's no constant introspection and you don't constantly criticize yourself, like there's no real growth. And I think there's always, every piece of art, there's room for growth. But if you stay fixated on the fact that there's a point you have to say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. Let's flow with it. Let's go with the vibes.
That happens to you, the two of you, Kiedel, with your. I can imagine because you do videography as well.
Yeah.
There's some sort of pressure where I could have taken this clip instead of this.
And then that does take a while. Sometimes you sleep and you wake up and but that's not even nice. You want to take that out, and that always happens. But at the end of the day, if I stick at that, then the video will never come out.
Right. All right. So how have you been able to cope with what's going on? Because this would have been a booming season for you as well, because you do a little of everything.
Yeah. For me, I've been, I don't know if you've noticed, I haven't released a comedy video in a while.
Yeah.
It was so bad that I was posting old videos because I just wasn't getting the inspiration, I wasn't getting the motivation. And I did another song, not even a song we're about to release, and I called Michael because I couldn't finish it. COVID has been this thing where in the beginning you felt like now is the time because we have time. I can drop videos, everybody's at home, and then life goes on outside of the music, outside of the creativity, and it starts to take its toll. So some of you feel like I'm not even inspired. I want to release something, but I don't want to force it. So I don't want it to be fake, and I'm trying, and that's not working out. So that's where I've been, but I'm really happy. Michael has been the person to finish my last two songs, because if it wasn't for Michael, I wouldn't be.
But I'm sure people will look into you to bring some sort of comedic relief, per se, and then the fact that you were saying you weren't inspired at the time.
I was trying. It wasn't working. It wasn't working, and I let me tell you, Masana, I got a headache. I was trying to think of what is funny. What can I speak about?
Really?
I get ideas, Masana. I contacted Ali Donna one time to do makeup because I had an idea for a comedy video. And she probably saying Kiedel never check after that because I just we discussed price and stuff, and then after that I was like, that's not funny. So I never ended up doing it, and that's just been where I've been.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm happy. We have things. We have things. We're dropping things. At least we're dropping music. I mean, people would probably prefer, I guess, the comedy for now, but we have good music coming.
So how did you get into the creative space to do music then?
Because music has always been my first love. I have a lot of songs produced. I've just not been ready to release. I've always been like, okay, this is not good. Actually, my first song was released here. That was a long time ago. My name was probably Sony at the time, and I just haven't been in the place where I just felt like I should release music. But when Mikey came across on jamming, and he finished jamming, I felt like that's a good tune.
That's nice.
And I just felt like maybe that's probably what I should try and push now and stop picking at it and trying to see if I can make it perfect, just make it good.
Yeah. So. Now I noticed like you guys are feeding off of each other's energy because Michael got the boom from you, got it from there. So it really shows how you could really help somebody get out of something just by your energy.
Yeah.
Family.
Nice. So Nate, what's next? It's a beautiful track, the one.
Thank you.
You and Michael Robinson. So what's next for you? You looking to release more music after this?
Definitely. Like I said, we have some things in the vault actually, just to keep the ball rolling and so on. Yogi and I actually hash some stuff out this week and figure out which one we're dropping next, and what needs to be, if there's anything that we have as demos and so on, what needs to be fine-tuned and roll it out if any collabs that we made. So it's definitely in the works. Like I said, there's stuff to roll out and it's just a fine-tuning process and like I'm saying, everybody right now, I think it's that time even for all artists, there's a big wave of music coming out because I think a lot of people are coming out of sort of the COVID shell. So you find a lot of people are releasing. So one thing I like to do too as a creative, even if with releasing, is collaborate with the brothers and find, all right, you have a project coming out this week. What's the vibe gonna be? So I mean, you can't always avoid that, but so that you don't necessarily sort of mash each other's promo time and all these kind of stuff. Because you have to be considerate, considering the times that we're coming out of and
so you have to be a little sensitive with what you put out too.
And so on.
But then I've heard a lot of artists say, they're putting out music, but there's nothing really that you get back from
the
that.
investment, like people kind of very ticklish. Yeah, I mean, is it really worth it? Worth putting that music, paying the studio, paying thousands of dollars, and then you don't want to do a video because you want to market it and stuff like that. But, I mean, during this time, like, how do you really get the money back? You really don't. You know, the streaming, the buying of iTunes, these things don't. If you're not a mainstream and you're not a Drake and you're not Rihanna, I mean, people think like artists have it very easy, but it's very, very difficult because you're pretty much a slave, you know, to the art form, you know, and I guess we're just kind of hoping everything kind of, you know, bust for one. So when one comes up, then we make way for everybody else.
Right,
you know? But I think a lot of artists fear the fact that if you invest right now, how do you really get it back? And right now it's so uncertain. If you're gonna get that money back.
That seems like, you know, what everybody is saying collectively, that you're putting out and there's nothing coming back in, and we would safely say that's where radio comes in, because you make a something when you get played. So radio is king, that's right. So can we get into that song, Infinite? So you're going to introduce your track, the one?
Yes, we had a wave today, about to buzz the one, featuring Michael Robinson. You don't know already, this one for the Queens. Everybody has somebody special, hopefully, if you don't get one. Yeah, man, that's basically what it's about, having that backbone, you know, for life. Yeah, man. A ride or die. This one for the Queens, you know. Long time I never do something for the Empresses, you know. Infi again. You the one, girl, 'cause I got you, yeah. A good woman is a blessing to be earned. Life got a lot of lessons to be learned. We only learn the lessons when it burns. Only when we lose our blessings then we learn. And just because you're pretty, girl, deeper than the physical. Link up like it's digital, connected to your spiritual. Nothing to divide, we not gonna need nothing additional. My lowest time to take me to me pinnacle. Everything original and simple, you're not typical. Having you is critical, they want aboriginal. Every day she says she need my loving like a ritual. She became the answer to my
Hold on. Let's do like a big ship. Anchor it.
This one for the Queens, you know. Long time I never do something for them questions, you know. Infi again. You the one, girl, 'cause I got you, yeah. A good woman is a blessing to be earned. Life got a lot of lessons to be learned. We only learn the lessons when it burns. Only when we lose our blessings then we learn. And just because you're pretty, girl, deeper than the physical. Link up like it's digital, connected to your spiritual. Nothing to divide, we not gonna need nothing additional. My lowest time to take me to me pinnacle. Everything original and simple, you're not typical. Having you is critical, they want aboriginal. Every day she says she need my loving like a ritual. She became the answer to my Thrilling me with them eyes so mystical. Healing me easily with a smile so medicinal. If loving you is criminal, my mind is habitual. You infinitely in my life like it's critical. I'm cool with the girls on the block, but I'm good with the one that I've got. Slim beautiful girls, the world's got a lot. But I'm good with the one that I've got. Said I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good.
I'm good with the one that I got. She the type of girl to have the gun on cock while we rolling through the block. She knows the streets and she hella both smart. She said go, go, get her and a winner. Top of girl like it's my knife with her. Top of girl like cook a nice dinner. Top of girl like putting up in my. Her love is the best thing. Got me so hooked. True love I'm investing. Baby I love when we're sexting. Whoa, her sex is the next best thing. I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true. If I needed to, it'd be to you. I'm so happy I can call you my wife. I'd never trade you for any stuff.
I'm cool with the girls on the block, but I'm good with the one that I've got. Slim beautiful girls, the world's got a lot. But I'm good with the one that I've got. Said I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good. Barretta the Caribbean and she had the treasure. Black pearl, black queen, priceless beyond measure. Tough skin like leather, shining in any weather. Prince Alpha and Princess Omega. In a health or sickness, slimness or thickness. You know I'll be there. When I fall to my weaknesses, need your forgiveness. I know you'll be there. She
never been perfect, and I never asked her perfect. Imperfections, a beautiful disaster. Past ain't perfect, but I seen past that. My past been chasing, but I been faster. Past been wounded, and she been the plaster. My sunshine when my life been Alaska. Mama said she the one son, bring her to the pastor. Get on her knees and just ask her. I'm cool with the girls from the block, but I'm good with the one that I've got. Slim, beautiful girl, the world got a lot. But I'm good with the one that I've got. So I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good with you, girl. Once I got you, girl, I'm good.
I tell you, the man have thing too.
Nice. It's called the one. Knit. I always say I love your tone. Like it's
Respect.
Vibe. Just like
Give thanks, boy. Hey, are you me? Messi. Big up Charles Lawi.
You know that sprinkle.
Dude, when I heard that, even Mikey sent me a voice, like just a voice note when he was vibing on it. Yo, I played that like I got goosebumps, right? Even before the actual words fully were developed and so on. So can imagine, man.
The tones complement each other.
Yeah, man.
Very,
Give thanks.
very well.
Give thanks.
So it's called The One. How could your fans follow you on your social platforms? What's your handles?
Infinite SLU at, well, everywhere, I believe. IG, Twitter, you know, you could go onto my YouTube channel as well. You know, once you search the Infinite SLU brand, you get through with it. Yeah, man, definitely.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So we have another track to drop this time. It's MR featuring Kiedel, Sony, or the other way around?
I don't know anyone.
But I mean, it's not a feature. It's pretty much the collaboration. So
okay.
That's why you put the X in the center. You know, it's Mike Robinson, Kiedel, Sony, Kiedel, Sony,
Mike Robinson. Doesn't matter. All right. So just tell us about this song.
Jamming is a song I produced. Jamming in 2017, and it was there. I played it for Michael. I will always say that I played it for Michael. Michael didn't like the song. No, I didn't.
In 2017.
Because he listened to it and he was like, "Yeah, it have a vibe," and that was it. Then I played the song again. I played the song for Michael again in 2018. I think we were doing something. We were about to edit a video. I played the song. Yo, what's that song? I want to be on that song. I'm like,
well, that's the same.
I played that song for you already. And he made that happen. Imagine I was sleeping on me, Masada. I wasn't really pushing jamming, but Michael's calling me. Or he got the studio session. Daniel recorded it. And he did additional production on it as well. Michael set up everything. All I had to do was show up and record the song. The same song you didn't like. But,
so Michael, what you could taste?
I feel like it's just a different time, like different mood. You understand? Probably I didn't have anything to eat on that day when he played it for me in stars, you know. But I felt like for me, like I have to feel it at the right time.
Yeah.
And I mean I have songs that I haven't released, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it. I might just feel it like in 2 years and 3 years. I mean that's just how it works. You know, you just know when it's the right time. So I feel that's what happened. You know, but I didn't know he felt that type of way.
I'm telling you.
I didn't know he was it. Yeah, but that's what happened.
And there's a part in the song, the chorus, where he did the "you" that part there. That was a vibe that I think he felt like on the spot.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew. I was like, yo, that song finished. I like that. That's a vibe there. And that's how it happened. It was very organic. We did the music video. The music video took a while.
Yeah.
The music video
was actually shot in September.
The music video was completed last year, you know.
Yeah, last year.
So, when did you actually have the song ready to release?
Last year.
Before that. Oh yeah, last year. Yeah, but
recorded and everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Your video
so what was the hold up?
Kiedel.
The thing you said about not knowing when the time is right.
The time is right. And
so you had it.
Yes.
But then now you didn't know.
It was actually supposed to be for Trini Carnival. Well, I mean, released around Trini Carnival, so it would have been released like earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know what happened, and the whole Corona thing came up.
And kind of
just push everything.
And we were actually not going to release it this year. Well, we're going to, because of COVID, we're going to release it all the way in September or something. So.
Yeah.
So what changed your mind?
We did another song.
And
we were supposed to do the video. I was like, you know what? No.
Yeah, but I believe in I believe in staying consistent, right?
Yeah,
the moment you disappear is the moment everybody forgets about you.
Yeah.
And if we have the project, if we have why stifle it? Now, mind you, we shot the music video last year. This year, I was a lot big. Well, this year I'm a lot smaller than I was in the video. So I'm like, yeah, you know. So I feel it's just a different time, and the time was then for that. Let's just release it.
And that's only because we care. Because we care about the song and we care about the art form. It's not as easy as just sending it out there. You know, you want it to be good. You want the reception to be good. You care about everything, so you give it a lot of thought. Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's good because you're not remaining seasonal. Yeah. So you're still giving us something to hold on to. Yeah. And like you said, you did a music video last year. Yeah. All right. So if anybody you're wondering, you're looking a little different.
Yeah. You say I have curls and whatnot.
Okay. Alrighty. So who's gonna introduce?
Michael. Sony. Okay, this is a brand new song called "Jamming Behind You." It's Kiedel, Sony, Michael Robinson. The video is out. The video is very nice. We got a lot of great reviews on it, and you know, I think we just wanted to kind of start the summer. You know, Nate started the summer with the one, and we kind of want to. People miss the carnival. People miss the vibes. Yeah. You know, so why start? You know, I mean, like let's be there for each other. So we gave them "Jamming Behind You" just to kind of warm up the season and. You know, let's hear it.
Real sweet track.
Oh, na, yeah. I'm jamming, girl.
Sony in the building.
It's Emma. Oh,
yeah. Amazing girl, if you say I do. Amazing girl, if you blow my mind. I really want to marry you. This time, yeah, this is our time. I swear I will be there through thick or thin. This life will share. But before we tie up the knot, there's only one thing we forgot. Never see how you always just roll. Let me just see it.
Yeah.
Amazing girl, if you say I do. Amazing girl, if you blow my mind. I really want to marry you. This time, yeah, this is our time. I swear I will be there through thick or thin. This life will share. But before we tie up the knot, there's only one thing we forgot. Never see how you always just roll. Let me just see it. Push back when I'm jamming behind you. Up down when I'm jamming behind you. Some run girl I'm jamming behind you. Hot touch look I'm jamming behind you. Push back when I'm jamming behind you. Up down when I'm jamming behind you. Some run girl I'm jamming behind you. Hot touch look I'm jamming behind you.
Just say I do, cause you're mine. Girl, you're mine. I place my heart on the line for you. Just you, just say I do. Girl, this time I swear I will be there to take or thin. This life will share.
But before we tie up the knot, there's only one thing we forgot. Never see how you wish this roll. Let me just see it. Push back when I'm jamming behind you. Walk on when I'm jamming behind you. Some run girl I'm jamming behind you. Hot touch look I'm jamming behind you. Push back when I'm jamming behind you. Go down when I'm jamming behind you. Some run girl I'm jamming behind you. Hot touch look I'm jamming behind you.
before you marry her, you want to know how
that's what happened.
That's a
I want to see, I mean, you don't want to be married and then you're at somebody's party and then you realize
no, it's like not good.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Every time be stiff, eh?
That's the vibe right there.
That's a criteria. All right. So 3 years later, we got it jamming behind you.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
We appreciate you.
Sounding good. And again, the music video is out on YouTube.
Yes.
So persons can check it out. Your social handles. I mean, I know everybody's following you, but still.
My Kiedel Sony, Kiedel. Kiedel _ Sony, Kiedel _ SONNY, everywhere.
And mine is Michael Robinson 758 everywhere.
All right.
No, like, yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere?
Should be everywhere.
Everywhere.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, hold on. On to Mike. Where's Mike?
Yeah?
Hey, Mike!
I don't
Mike,
Like abandon us.
No, just taking in the music. No, yeah.
Big up the Wave, big up Ansler, big up Yogi, big up Mike, 2 mics. Kiedel, everybody, man, bless up. Yeah, it was nice.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of all your fans, thank you for putting out the music. I know it's tough times and you don't have to do it, but you decided to. So we thank you and keep up the good work, man.
Thanks for the support always. Much love.
Of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes.
If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
What
me
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you can find.
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave 94.5 and 93.7 FM.